something.
Let me throw a look in the truck.
I have a cup. I know I have a
Okay.
cup.
No, it's gonna hold water. It needs to hold water.
So we're here at Thacker Pass. Live stream number 2 from this morning. It's the second live stream. They just moved the fire that was initially built outside where the prayers were said while they were setting teepee. And now they're moving it into the teepee where the pipe is being filled and prayers will begin in the teepee.
Kaisha people of Red Mountain I meet when you find
Yeah, looks like they might be checking on the next
after this burns down.
Go take your this. Hurry up!
And then after she gets done praying, we can go ahead and you guys can go ahead and put that fire going. Okay. Since it's already lit. We could bring that big wood in.
This is the only bowl we could find.
That's my breakfast.
I know. Can we put this in something else?
Yeah, I have a metal one.
Oh, you have a thing? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I know we all got it. What do you think about my
Sweet.
water?
And so what we're finding out in Nevada is that there are 74 proposed mines. I think 40 that possibly may be going through permitting process now. There's 18,000 lithium claims, and it takes at least 4 to 5 other minerals that we can
So for those of you that didn't hear the morning live stream, this is the site of Thacker Pass, one of the largest lithium deposits in the United States. The path of this teepee is on the path of where they're taking the water, they're extracting the water to extract the lithium. Upwards to 500,000 gallons per ton of lithium is going to come out of this huge aquifer here that's part of the Great Basin. And it will one of the driest state in the United States. This water line comes down here, and then you'll see it will continue here. It'll go half a mile up and it'll turn that way to where they will do a 40-story deep, 1 to 2 mile across excavation pit, and they'll extract lithium using sulfuric acid that they will create from the sulfur residue from the tar sands in Canada. This is another great Canadian operation. Huh? Yeah.
Are you going, brother?
Yeah.
Well, kula iuha ichicha. I greet all of you as friends, and I thank you for greeting the day with us and giving yourself and your energy wherever you're at in the world. We've been asked by the people of the Paiute Confederacy, the Paiute Nation, and the Shoshones that live here. We've been asked by the people who are descended from Ox Sam. In the 1800s, there were 2 massacres here where we're at, and the elders here want a Connie, or what is, what we call a wiki-up. What we learned was to be called a wiki-up. They would like to have a Connie set up here. There's a lot more work that goes into that, and so the Lakota people, the Ocheti Shakoi, have given this teepee, Tepestola, a sacred dwelling that, there's a lot of teachings that go into the teepee. The first tripod or the quad pod, 3 or 4 pole that goes up is pointed in such a way that it forms what's called a kapemini, and that is one interpretation of that word is a sacred twisting or a holy twisting. So when you see the teepee forming what looks like a conic hourglass, that is sacred geometry, and it references as above, so below. What is happening in the heavens, we are also doing here on earth in a ceremonial way, according to the Star Nation, the Star People. Whenever the certain constellations are a certain way during different seasons, different people who are appointed spiritually will travel to different places and conduct certain ceremonies in these places. And it's also called a vortex of light, this kapemini. It is a way for the human being to channel energy and to receive energy, or an understanding. Some might say enlightenment. A human being that is seeking its purpose, seeking meaning here in this realm, in this body, and in this flesh, which is composed of water. What you see here is a teepee. At the invite of Paiute and Shoshone elders Dorece Sam and Grandma Josephine, Elvira, Dean, Barlese, Uncle Dean. These, Dean is connected spiritually to all of the Hochokas that are within the Sioux Nation, within our people, back in the Black Hills and everywhere, from the Bighorn Mountains to the Missouri River, all the way to what is now called Minneapolis. We have a long relationship, a long history. Our relatives here who invited us here are the people who received the instructions to perform and conduct the ghost dance. The Wanagi Wachi is what we call it. We got the ghost dance from them, 130 years ago, 131 years ago, right around that time. But they've been ghost dancing at least 20 years prior to that, according to the elders here. I never heard that. You're never going to learn the proper history, the true story of our peoples, of our nations, because the colonizer, who is still trying to absorb us, doesn't want us sharing the truth. That's why it's important, the camera and the pen are more dangerous than the gun and the bomb. Those of us who are still connected, still reconnecting, still seeking a different reality. We follow the elders who are on that same path, who are in that same journey with us. So when they asked us to come here, there's many more among the Ocheti Shakoi, among the Titron Oyate, the La Kota Oyate, Da Kota Oyate, Na Kota, who are sending their support, who are in ceremony right now, while our elders here, our Paiute and Shoshone elders, are in ceremony in this teepee. We set this teepee up in that manner. The Native American church, the great teacher, Paiute, is also very much part of the Paiute Shoshone lives here, and has been way before it was called the Native American Church. There's a lot to learn about the ghost dance. There's a lot to learn about the Paiute, Shoshone, Washoe, Go Shoot. Everyone here who has been here for time immemorial. We don't know how long they've been here. We learn in the schools, you know, just like how they like to say that the Sioux Nation came into the Black Hills area, you know, during the late 1600s. That's not true according to what we know, according to our star knowledge, according to our ceremonial knowledge of the sacred sites there. Here at Peehee Mu'huh, we are dealing with a place that is sacrosanct, that is hallowed ground. Their people's blood fills this area as a result of two different massacres, one from another tribal nation and the later from the United States cavalry, just like at Wounded Knee. So we have the same story, and we have similar ceremonies, and we have one ceremony that is still alive, that we still do to this day, but we don't call it the ghost dance because of how people who were ghost dancing were hunted, were targeted, were terrorized, were killed and marginalized to this day. They were canceled. They didn't allow them any upward mobility because our traditional people weren't signing on to the assimilationist agenda. I'm thinking of Crazy Horse's family, which they were killed far after Crazy Horse was assassinated in 1877. Far after that, his family still had to be underground. Nobody claimed to be from Crazy Horse back then because it could mean your life. People were hunted down, they were tracked. And the same thing that is going on today, the same thing that COINTELPRO did to the American Indian movement and to the Oglala people, causing a division and forcing, constructively coercing our own people to kill, murder, and rape our own blood relatives. This happened on Pine Ridge. We don't learn that in school. You have to learn that outside of school. And same thing that happened at Standing Rock. Rumors, innuendo, and yes, some of the criticisms were justified, but that was a deliberate effort by paramilitary contractors just like COINTELPRO, who more information is being uncovered, more information is being declassified, is being declared discoverable in the courts of law, where lawsuits are taking place, or where, like the North Dakota, the Board of Security Operations, whatever their appropriate name is, they recently fined Tiger Swan and released 50,000 pages of documents detailing how Tiger Swan and whatever other paramilitary contractors or former mercenaries, maybe even mercenaries to this day, infiltrated and sowed divisions, engaged in intelligence gathering and surveillance operations and completely changed the way that the American people are down-pressed by the same extractive forces, the same financial extractive military, industrial, private prison complex. It's all the same enemy. And we have to name that enemy because the American people are on our side. Those people who want to do right by indigenous nations. They don't want to see Native people, Indian people, American Indian people, indigenous nations. They don't want to see us living in squalor. They don't want the United States or the states of the Union imposing their laws on us and capturing our potential. At the same time, continuing to wage war on us through Brackeen versus Holland, through trying to destabilize tribal sovereignty by attacking and undergirding the Indian Child Welfare Act. Look at the state of Oklahoma. Look at everything that goes on where those forces are trying to constrict our movements. And those of you who are listening, those of us who are together and who are willing to give whatever it takes to save a sacred reality, a beautiful and difficult walk of life, those who recognize exactly the gravity of the dynamic and the juxtaposition that within which we find ourselves, within which we were born into. We don't do this because of any other reason than we are seeking a righteous reality, a righteous path. All of the cameras and the interviews and what happens in Hollywood and all the stories that are told afterward, those are important, but they derive from those who are seeking to put themselves in harm's way in an act of sacrifice. We're standing here today with Elder Dean Barlese, who is wanting to put people up on the hill here. Humblechea, the vision quest, the fasting ceremony. That's our oldest ceremony, according to our people, the Ocheti Shakoe, the Sioux Nation, Lakota Nation. This is the place where, on hallowed ground, there's a place called Sentinel Butte, or Nipple Rock, they call it. But you can see it on the east side in the path of the sun that comes through the teepee that was just erected. That point is highly, highly significant to the Paiute and Shoshone people. Just like Bear Butte or Peshla or Bahasan, what the Americans call Devil's Tower. Those places are there for a reason, and right now Lithium America and Lithium Nevada has constructed a 60-foot disruption of this sacred ground to haul water that is scarce not only for indigenous peoples, indigenous nations, whose water rights are not even being recognized, they're not even being talked about, just like at DAPL. These corporations think they can come in and run roughshod over our rights. If we were in any other country, we would be killed. You would hear about our assassination in the night, just like Berta Carceres, or any number of the scores and hundreds of people of our indigenous relatives, where the condor flies, who have been killed, who have given their lives so that this sacred reality, this responsible way of living with a true cost economy, with a regenerative economy, so we can realize that as human beings, these corporations, these extractive financial conglomerates are taking us on a path of regression and forcing us to cannibalize ourselves. And our Paiute and Shoshone relatives here are making a stand. They're in there right now. They've conducted their ceremonies. They've appointed this place that's right in the path of this water pipeline, which for every ton of lithium, they need 500,000 gallons of water to process that. So all of even the ranchers are settler brothers and sisters who've been ranching this place, you know, since settlers arrived here in the mid 1800s. That's what I learned about the Paiute Shoshone people. They've been clashing and trying to figure out how to live amongst a mining people who came here and completely disrupted the ecosystem and the way of life that the Paiute Shoshone and everybody else who knows these mountainscapes, who hold these places near and dear to their very being. They've been adapting to the presence of colonizers and now corporations, corporate colonization, a corporate fascism. Take a look at this country. Take a look at what happens every time we stand up and we move and we feel the chains on us and we want to feel like we're liberating from those chains. That's why people are here. And that's the only way we're going to save ourselves. That when we talk about an end of the world prophecy, and we talk about human beings, you know, just like Chief Orville Looking Horse says, the Washichu is going to create something that it can't control. And when we take a look at what is happening with not just Western civilization in the English-thinking universe, but people who have lost their path, who have no awareness of Unchimaka, of Mother Earth, or the four winds, or the sky, or grandfather sun, or Miniwi Choni. The people who don't have that understanding are going to commit acts of violence and force us to implode and force us to cannibalize each other. That's what's happening. That's the Anishinaabe people have a story about a Wendigo. It's this monster that just consumes. It's never satiated. We have that same monster. It's called Iya the Giant. We as human beings, we know these truths that we have kept underground. We've kept them alive. Not everybody was fortunate to be born into a family that is conscious, that maybe speaks their mother tongue, the older languages of these lands and of these waters. I didn't learn La Kotia Woglaka as a kid. You know, I learned it as I was finding my own way, finding my own path in life. And there's a lot that we are missing as a people, as a country, you know, as the United States. Our grandfathers and grandmothers authorized treaties to be signed with these Americans, these early people that we didn't quite know what they were doing here or why they were here. But instead of killing them all off, like they did to us, like Columbus did to us, we taught them how to live. We had compassion on them and taught them how to farm, how to take care of themselves, how to feed themselves so that they and their children could have a life. And we ended up paying the ultimate price for that. But that's where we're at today. We are trying to build bridges and understand each other and tell the truth about our histories and our knowledge systems and how we feel about each other, how we engage each other. There's non-native people here. The traditional people of this land invited the Lakota people, the Blackfoot people, the Dene people, the Mexica people, the Mayan people who are here right now, today, here with us, who've helped us consecrate this ceremonial ground. And it's in the path of this water pipeline. And it's do or die. It's life or death for people who live out here. So, again, I want to thank you for paying attention, for sharing these streams wherever you might be seeing them, whether it's the red people of the Red Mountain or Reno Sparks Indian Colony. I know Bethany Sam is live. Any of our, the Red Road TV, Lakota Law, Last Real Indians. There's Protect Thacker Pass. There's people who don't want to be named because they're out here simply to offer themselves and to help guide us through a struggle that is ongoing, that has never ended since colonial contact. So it's just my honor and my privilege to be here and to assist in any way that I can. And I want to say thank you for listening. Lila Wopila Tranka Chichapalo, my relatives, Mitakuye Oyasi. Thank you.
We're ready.
Thank you, Malwan. We finally sent Bethany over there. You did good, Chase. They want to use a little fire to do the ceremony before they pull in a big one.
Sean?
Here we got Chuck.
Okay.
Here we got Chuck.
Okay, here comes the cameras. Right.
You want me to bring in camera?
Yeah, we want to show. We got to show the world. We pray here.
The elders are asking us.
Where would you like me to sit?
There's that blanket right there, or you need a chair.
Dami should no, she quite me money panika ghost dance to the woman. Take it away.
And then, excuse me, and then maybe when we're done here, and it doesn't have to be right now, but we do want to get Grandma out, outside the teepee and talk and make her statements to the world. Okay, but we can, thank you.
I was like, did I help you this way?
Yeah.
Bless the ground first, or cedar in here first?
Usha naniwa how shawl na kwidi wajo mudu kwi kwinga ipuri wajo honor make that ke ripa ke bawam
That bishayo amamo. Tabama katipun. This dress that I'm wearing, this is my Sundance dress that I had for a long, long time, since 1978. And I had a shawl that goes with it, but it's at my storage, so I never get to get that. And this feather's the same way to what I used to dance with. So I thought I'd wear this. I have a moccasin that goes with this too, but I didn't want to dig around for it. Yeah, so here I am this morning. I'm gonna first of all I'm gonna cedar in here first, and then I'm gonna do the water. Okay. Kia na vi ne wana vi o kia kia va putuku na vaha vi kana ia o makuba kutena vi te kia buha o soya ko na hane Yaku yesi ikene wana bi inyakona. Inyakona kuto ava sibuina ko bi mo una kona. Ike ne wana bi yato nama ko cheksema yesi. Chese si Johanne piti ake ne wana bi to. Nipiti si yo chesi nama kada ku ya ana makade ko si ya chichi yattu yesi ama vitsapi yesi avu ma vitsapi yattu kini puhari puhuvat yo ya pa ke modai vonne me sunahatsi kunne ke va sunahatsi kunne viite ukuva yesi ke ava va haviku vattu yesi yo chishi ukona na makade ko tikene una no chishi uko chishi nipiti vi enyakote tipo na kona nipiti si yo chishi pishe yeshi amana kuike vi ne mede wazai meshi yo ne na ame pishe yeshi sutti hai vi mayama na kona ne media vage mase asutti hai yeshi pishe na mara sutti hai meshi yo ne na ame ona ku anana wa sutti hai kode waso me ona ku ja mama abishade mata voi kusupono bishate teso hones asuna minero bishamata voi kuside voso bishaso bona obo ja yesi kana tsakuna pune me ne zono chipune bishaye asu kana viso tu hai komesi one ana me ana ku ni piari no asu tu hai ja hawa na asu tu hai misi one ana me ana ku ja ja atakia ni piari pukuva koi ne mona ni bisane matavo ikosi ni me makuva koi so momo ja tu sa usu mu vikkuarado si ja atakia va unneguin mu vikkuarakuna unnikune miso koia ja no na jo mana koi na vuomana usa yesi hi manitponi tuosa amesi ja onen omme onak bisane de matavoika sen ei tiedä mutta voi koona ne meisi pise yona ne me ma kuva ko so ma na voi mutta ei vo sajat amu pikku hakko ke mo ni pieri pojat na sunna hatse kun sa umo jattu se sa jattu mu pikku haado kai se ma ikia ko jara sa umo miedo sa meisi ne on onakko ja esi de was shuba de was puhava de waso yo ikiao yesi omo ikiao iviao tsa habekone vi enyakona hiwinya atsa habekona mo daibo yesi ka lithium mo vedone na hi mako mo me yo chesi uko chesi omo hupidi kona omo skani peri puyato yoko chesi pa puhava me omo sonna hachegunya omo si umana ko Kaisko yesi umu unne joppana yesi vesi ja on en omme onako. Musi ja tos kosu mu vikkua pa vesi ja on en omme onako. Kaisko mu jako jaado tos ja ni pieri puhi viipotokura. Ja to mu vikkua. Mu modaivo ni se nahatsi ja ni pieri pusu nahatsi di pieri puhi vinya omo yesi. Ja to joje kwe. Ocheshi. Ja to ne me una samo pikkuara ko kuesi ne me ne me jumana kwe. Ocheshi usko yesi hitman manipo ne viesi ja ne ana anne ona kwe. Utina tipavi uvipu kwe te suda mitä voi kokonen. Ocheshi mocheshi tava katipu ne uko tina di pavi socha kwe pavi ona ne marabo imakadava mo katipu ne uruha kwe ya na me ya mana ko kai mana na watsepon ocheshi ya amo ocheshi ko de biziku ishi bishani shoko ya to ko mo daibo ko mamo biko ko na so utsachu e ko beshi ya one ana omme onako kai esi ne hei maniti otti na me onako ono di bitsi one ana omme onako Ni nā nawa te panaya, te pukoi te naso na hache ko pibi, te pukoi te mana naso tsa me kapa. Une ku e shine me, ukone me mane kona riu mana ko te ba puha ba. Po mane ku zo oina. I keo e shine me mane kona mana ko po mane ku zo oina. Po pisho ye tsinga po hi ke no so ki na pisho hi ke. Pisho hovia ka yo pisho ye tsinga po hi ke. U ni ku ye shi de bitsi pisho na hi mane shi utte hai. Ba puha ba. Sunday hai puha ba. Mishi ole ana ambe ona. Shana nana mara ne shi utte hai. Joceshi kiana nungona pitavati buitavana tsakuna ponieshi mi oceshi onegona.
Okay. Okay. Okay, Paul, we'll talk to him first. Okay.
Hai eshi he mane te ationa me ono de vizi one yana ona ko utina te pave e eshi uti hai me ona.
They might be looping to the security gate.
Do you want to explain what happened?
So that's Grandma Josephine in there, and she wanted to appoint the ceremony and the teepee that is constructed here, that at the request and at the invite of Elder Dean Barlese and Dorece Sam. They're doing this all in a very ceremonially and according to their instructions and their protocols. And we're here to help. And we had an alert that the sheriff's office was coming up the road, but it must have turned around, or what I know is that at Standing Rock, law enforcement would just come and confront anybody who was engaged in ceremony or who was here exercising their legal and lawful right to be here. And I really, everybody learned a lot since that time, and I really think that there is a protocol that Lithium America and Lithium Nevada are conducting their operations under as well. And I really, we need Deb Haaland. We need the United States President to know that this is sacred ground. This is hallowed ground. This is ground that then President Barack Obama had advised and was trying to protect it and declare it safe from mining. So, we're in the right here, and we're here to support our Paiute and Shoshone relatives.
Morning. Did the sheriff go by?
Yeah, he went down all the way down.
They didn't stop you or anything. No, I saw him talking. We saw that white truck that was behind him in the black truck. He was talking to the white truck. Both those trucks are from Utah. Yeah. And so they were down at the gas station talking. Morning. And then I almost I got his message, and then I almost didn't want to stop.
Yeah.
But so I went ahead and grabbed water. I got water, but as for food, I had to go find some groundhogs. And
charcuterie. We had that last time. Yeah, somebody brought a whole thing.
Should we go back in?
Yeah.
Do we have an axe?
There's not really short ones.
We're gonna have to maybe take a hammer and break wings in it.
Yeah, he's over there now.
Take a hammer and Thor here. There's a big hammer.
Oh yeah.
Axe? Do you have an axe? Do you have an
Was it
axe?
the sheriff or was it Bucky?
no, it was the sheriff. They were ahead of me. They were at the gas station.
Okay, but they went on?
Yeah,
They're just checking it.
they were with two other. Yes, they were.
Yeah, because they probably were told. Hi,
They
Bucky.
were from Utah.
I seen you calling, but I couldn't answer.
Yeah. Somebody knows.
So, yeah, now we'll start the fire, and she's going to. These guys will explain what she was doing inside, because she did it in the the Paiute, Northern Paiute language. So she wants to tell the world what was happening in there.
Okay.
What time did you leave?
And then by the time Mac was done, he said it was about
Do you want to sit over here with the elders, and then I have an extra chair.
What is she gonna do? Hold on. No, let's let these two talk first. Hold on, BC. Hold on. Let these
boss
two
said-
talk first.
see you there. Yep.
She's gonna explain what she was doing with it.
See you there. So. You need a chair?
Yeah.
What if she doesn't, and then we'll have you? Okay. I'll just stand beside you.
Okay, so what do you want me to do?
I'll just tell her
Okay.
to explain in Paiute, and then you can translate it.
What we were doing in there? Okay.
Or no.
No, because I can't really.
Oh yeah.
You're
Okay.
gonna
I
have
will.
to translate it. I can explain
Or-
what happened in there, but you should. Yeah. You
Yeah.
need to do that.
With ya omu te munu wipuni punia kwaya se. Na tuwa te burami ni me. Dami no laniste he kimi manita wa. Ya ke tipi ya katuna ke ba ya hurabin. Muri kui ikera bi dami protect me rami yo me. Mi manita wa. Didn't want say.
Unikuye shia ya ama wo ane me na tu mo tsebo ne me ne ko ya mo dai bo ne me shu na ha che ni ti pu ko ko ne me mo da mazu ikote ya ikane na na mo te pona po ko na su na ha che ko po ko te kai be shan ne ko po ya to ne me ne ma ko na ikyo ni pone na yo Sam me ya na ne Sam be una ko ne me bu ha be jo ni me se ya te ma ze bo ne kwa e na su kwe ya na na ne me na we na ne su tu ha ke o ka bo ka mo dai bo o ke ke ba ya a te ke ne pieri Peehee winya ya a yo o ke pu ma a pipe na na za kwa na za pu kwa ko te mo ka ba po tu ko me ko na Nakais ko omo yun ni tipo ye wipana ne me ya te wa sai bo ne te me ne ya ne shu te he te wa sai mana te hanu te ne won ne na na ne wa ne me ba to ke mas ne ya ne shu te he te wa sai she ma ka ne sa mo dai bo sko na za chu e kais ko omo e ke ne pe ri po mo te mo che wipana ke ba bu ha ba po man ma ne ku zo ai pa be shau hi ke yo be shau ye ye tsinga pu hi ke pu mani ku zo oi ne bu pa ma to na neste he me a mo yo tsi e ya pa ma to na neste he me na yo ngona do na ha be ko si to pa ma na neste he shi ha be ko ka una mo ma mane me ya to ko so na no mo po na usu po no ma mane me ni shu tu hai ne ya ka so tu hai shi ne me da me ge ma si ne ni te ma ze ni na ni shu tu hai te ma ze ma na te ha no te no won ne ya ka se de me une ko ne me ana na te ma zai bo ne me shu kwa ai me shi ya ane ana o me ana ko ibi de waso de ko te ka po ne mo de ka po de waso ibi te waso ma ne po ne te wo ma bi ka ma hu zi une yu de waso ma bi o mo de hu cha ibi o mo de na ibi o ta sha bo de waso ibi o se a de waso pa kui de waso ibi enya ko da do waso ba we de waso ma bi te waso bo ha ko na de waso ma bi te waso no bi ke u ka ga de waso o mo de waso o tsa no yo e ko me e de na ma na ka so pich kais ko o mo o hui ma ye wit pa na kais ko o mo ma tsama pa na u ko bo ha ko na o no bi ko kai bo so na mo te no bi ko te bi e si te po ko e na po ko te to mo me na po ko te tu e me ana u ko na mo bo kai bo na mo u na ko kais ko ye sho mo ko ma zama pa na u ko ka bu ha go na ma bi no bi ke me shi ye ane ana o me ana ko u ka de na o ko bo na o so ne ma ko te bo na kais ko mo ko ma zama pa na bi de na ane ana o me ana ko tina te pa be e kai ma na wa zi ko de kai ma wa zi ko de yau te pia ri pu pa ko ne mo na pu ko ne ku zo ai ya ma ku ko ne me mo pisha su sa ko ye shi hi mani kia mo dai bos ko ne tsa su picha se u ko ye shi une ku u tu ne me ya te wa zai bo ne ko so ko ne ya ne shi te hai te ma zai ban ko te to ko i kya na ko ne ya na ne wo de wa so ne ya ka za ma ya se ne me ma to ge ma se ne ya ne shi te hai te wa zai i bi ta ba ko ya ha na ko te wa ne ya na ne wo ne ya ka se ne ya ka za ma ya se te wa so ne me da me ge ma ne ya ne shi te hai te wa zai me ne ya na me o na ko i bi e ya ko ne me McDermitt te me ya ne are ko i bi ka tsagi ne me ma bi ne reservation ne duzi ko ne me reservation na kan ma bi ma na ko na de no ma ki ma de ma bi ne wona da tsinga de no yo ya no na ne mo ko to ya do ya te si so na wona be si na ma yo da si ya no na ma go be na ya do cha ko ne me da me ge ma se ne ya ne sto he te wa se me ya me ona ko ya ne mo i bi te ya mama ne pone ya na ko na ata ma so api ga de ya ne me ba ne nya ka sa ma ya pite se ne me si ne so ne me mana so ne me ne mo ne me so ko te ha ne me na mana za te ha ne me ne ko kai me bi sha ne ku te ha ne me ya ne ko kai de wa so ne se ku me te na ko one e bi wo ko te mana ya do cha une ko na te ma ze bo na ne ko ai ne nya na ne mo do me shi ye one na o me na ko ne ya ka so te ha ne nya mana te ne wo ne ya ka so te ne me da me ge mas ne ya ne ste he te wo ze ni te wo ze ne me ya te wo ze bo so ko me shi ye one na o me na ko kuna han ko ka de ne ya do
something. Auntie Josephine just said she's talking about the land here where we erected this teepee this morning. It comes from the Sioux people, from the Sioux Nation. The poles are from our people, the Paiute people, and you know we might be labeled different, but we're all one people, one nation, and you know we're uniting in prayer. And we said this she called it the holy house. We sat it here on this land right here where the water's going, because the water means a lot to us. She says she prays to it in the morning time and at night when she gets up, and she's asking everybody to pray with us. She's also said that she's one of the descendants of Sam, direct descendant of Sam. He's one of the survivors of the massacres that happened here. And she doesn't like what Lithium is doing to our Mother Earth here. She wants everybody to stand with her in prayer. I just made it short and sweet.
Okay. Thank you, Dorece.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Pijaya. Good. Oh, Dean?
Yeah. All right, Dean. Do you have anything you want to say?
All we're trying to do is protect our Mother Earth. One day, when this country falls apart, those people say, we'll still be here. And we're going to have to deal with this contamination that they leave. Because this country's going to fall one day. And we're going to have to. We'll still be here. Our people has been here for thousands and thousands of years. Where I come from, Pyramid Lake, we do reburials. We buried an ancestor over 9,000, 10,000 years old. We put them back. And then we help the Felon tribe do reburials, 12,000 year old. And they keep getting older and older. And the archaeologists keep saying their theory that we came over from the Bering Strait. But our old people say we always were created here. This is our land. It will always be our land, our place, our home. So we have no choice but to stand up and defend it. Even though there's a few of us, we're asking people of prayer to come and stand with us, be strong with us. We gotta stand together as one people again. Be strong like one people, as one people, Paiute, Shoshone, Bannock, all of our indigenous people. We gotta stand up and defend this land. Otherwise, the tribe are going to destroy it. And then they don't care about their kids or their grandkids. They don't care what they leave them. But we still have that teaching with us. So we have to stand up and defend this land, this holy land, this water, sacred water. We're all created from water. We all have water within us. So we have to hold it as sacred. So that's why we're here. We're asking for people of prayer to come and help us. Come and help us in a good way. Stand here and be strong. Stand up for them. So that's what we're doing. And we're asking for people of prayer to come and help us in this sacred place. A lot of the places are sacred where they massacred our people. We can still feel the ancestors here with us. They're coming, standing with us also. We may be a few, but there's thousands of ancestors behind us standing with us strong. That's all I got to say.
Is there anything you want to tell the youth? Is there anything you want to tell the youth?
As young people, you got to stand up now. Otherwise, we're going to lose the language, we're going to lose our teachings, and that's what this government wanted. For all these years, they outlawed everything. They outlawed the religion, they outlawed the language. This country is supposed to be a place of freedom of religion, but we were given our freedom of religion in 1978, and they were hoping our Indian religion, our spiritual ways died, but it didn't. The old people made sure it continues on. So as young people, you guys got to start standing up, warrioring up, be strong. You can't, believe everything that BLM or all these government agencies tell you, because we have our own ways that are still alive. We just got to listen, ask the elders, ask them about things. That's the only way. You got to ask. Ask them to tell you. Ask them to help you. So we have to stand up. Otherwise, we're just going to be brown-skinned Taivo in a couple of years if we don't keep standing up like this. So this is words for the young people. Oh.
And one more thing. Is there anything you'd want to say to our government or the politician?
To the government, to the people that think more about money. This ground is, to us, is the sacredness. You can't keep raping Mother Earth to make money. Because money, one day, you can't eat money. One day, when things fall, you ain't going to be able to eat your money. You're not going to be able to eat your oil, your gold, your paper money. And this land, there's so much food out here. Our people don't even, you did a good job of making our people forget the land, the food, the sacred roots that are still out here. Food that our old people lived on for thousands and thousands of years. But you made us forget that. Our young people don't even know how to gather roots no more, berries. They don't know how to process and dry meat. They look at taquido and say, ew. But that's what our old people survived on. They dried the meat, the berries. That's all I gotta say.
Sorry.
Thank you, Dean.
Mm-hmm.
And both sides. Both sides. There's words. Did you guys get that other sign out?
Yeah, there's one there, and I think we got one down there.
Yep, that's what we have to remember, is that we're all human. There's really no color.
Yeah.
And that we have to remember
So this is a
there's more things important.
truck coming one way, and then there's a car coming in on the other road. We don't know if this is law enforcement. We will get that. We will get all of this translated that you've heard today. There was a lot of explanation, and they allowed us in to film this prayer because this is a incredibly important prayer. This is what this stand is a prayer. This is a standing prayer of... Oh, there goes the truck. He's got to go the long way around. Well, they built a big enough road. He could probably drive for a couple miles before he makes it back to the highway. And then we'll go this way and see what happened to this car.
Did he slam his brakes?
He tried to go around for a second.
Oh, okay.
You tried to go around, Matt?
Okay, this is someone joining. So there was another live stream going on there, but we think we'll do is we'll close this live stream off. I want to thank you all for being here. We're going out over stopthackerpass.org. Oh, I got a call over here.
Grandma Josephine wants to say one more thing, but I'm just so thankful for these
And then we're going to
elders
cut
and
it,
they're
and
leading
then
the
she's
way
going
and
to,
showing
Dorece
us,
is going to talk
what
to
we
her,
need
then
to
she's
do,
going to say
and
some more stuff.
like Dean says, we have to ask.
So what am I going to do?
Josephine has one more thing she'd like
Uh-huh.
to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wanted to say that, you know, our own people, they're not even supporting us. Just a few of us are, probably just a family. And they think they're going to get jobs out here and work, but it's not going to happen like that. That's why we're reaching out to other people way out there for them to come and help us. We need their support. That's what we want.
Yeah.
You know, my own close relatives, they're for the mine, and there's other people that are for the mine, and they're not supporting us. Just a few of us are probably just a family. Like my niece here, her family, and my sisters, and
Then you got in the ditch.
you know, that's why we need help out there. We need people to come out here and help us. That's why we're reaching out to other people way out there to the east, south, west, and the north. We need help. We need help. We want them to come over and, you know, help us pray. That's what we want.
We can't give up.
I know. I did for a while because of something that was happening, and then I thought to myself, since Shoshone and them came over and, you know, got me back on my feet again to come out here. And, you know, those kind of people we want out here, you know, for people to help us. We can't give up, because there's a lot of things out there that other people, you know, people over there, they don't hunt like what we do. My sisters, they hunt. My nieces, they hunt. They go out and hunt. But those other people, they don't go out and hunt. They don't go out and get berries. There's berries on the hillside back here on that side of that mountain. There's choke cherries out there. And the medicinal plants that are out there and on the rocks. There's that medicine there. You know, the moss on the rocks. That's medicine. I've seen that for myself, what my dad did for me one time, long time ago, when I had a sore on my leg. It wouldn't go away, so he went over there up the canyon and he got some and he ground it up into powder. He put it on there. And it was just really something how it healed up my sore. It healed up from the outside and came to the center and it fell out. That's what kind of medicine we have over here. And the puhagwitna over here. You don't bother that. That's what they call the sakwitna, golden eagle. That's got, you know, one of my uncles, he was my late uncle. He's an Eastern Shoshone. He's got a real pretty song for that, for the golden eagle. Yeah, he said, I don't sing that all the time. Just once in a while I sing that. So those kind of things that we have over here.
Which are the mine's gonna, they already to have the permit to do the eagle takeaway. And they're already starting to disrupt the grounds, and so as you can see, our elders really upset what's going on, and is asking for more support, and that we can't, or we just need to remember that. We need to remember who we are, remember our culture, and that there's things out here that could heal us.
You know, people come to us when we, when we have our Native American church, and it seems like our family's more involved in it. And then, other people, they don't bother coming around us, supporting us. But then when they need help, they come to us. That's how people are over here.
So we're just gonna cut. Oh, sorry.
Okay, that's it. Thank you.
We're gonna maybe, can you put it on silence a couple minutes, because Dorece is gonna talk to her and talk to her kind of loud, and then come back on.
Okay, so we're gonna cut this and be back in a little bit.